Welcome back, everyone, to the Lady Arcaders International Day of the Girl Celebration charity stream. If you're just tuning in, this is a cozy marathon that we're doing on the International Day of the Girl, benefiting our friends over at CARE. We are getting towards the end of our showcases for the day. We have just this Sims 4, and then another showcase of Animal Crossing New Horizons immediately after, as you can see on our schedule. Now, if you're not familiar with International Day of the Girl, it is a day that is set aside by the United Nations to recognize the rights of girls and women, as well as the unfair challenges they face globally. So we've partnered with CARE, which is a global charity that puts women and girls at the heart of all that they do. Across nearly every country, women earn a fraction of what men do. Trans and non-binary people are disproportionately impacted by poverty and the denial of fundamental rights. Gender-based discrimination fuels food insecurity, safety risk, and exclusion from life-saving services and opportunities. So CARE is committed to supporting equality across all its programs and initiatives, and with your help, they can keep fighting to defeat gender-based discrimination. Check out care.org, and you can get more information on all their programs. And of course, you can hit !donate to get a link to our Tiltify campaign. Anything that you can throw to that great cause is appreciated. And without further ado, we're going to jump into Sims 4 with Jaypeg, and we're going to be doing some interior design today. So whenever you're ready, take it away.
Yeah, hi. As aforementioned, the lovely Okapi mentioned, my name is Jaypeg, and I'm going to be doing some Sims 4 renovation, general tips, fun design things to have in mind, and we're going to take this ugly base game house that y'all actually got the chance to vote on and turn it into something maybe like presentable. I did move into this one unfurnished, so you couldn't really see like the inside for all of its magical wonder and weird decisions, but don't worry, there are plenty of things that I can mention on the outside, for example, visible on the screen right now. EA built this house with the windows crooked, so we're gonna fix that.
That's just like 2023 like lowest bidder contracting stuff. I don't think that's on EA, that's real.
That's fair, that's 100% fair. The house may seem like a weird shape, but it actually is a real historical shape. So this type of house is called a camelback house, and they are common in New Orleans, which this neighborhood that we're in, Willow Creek. I almost called it Willow Springs. I don't know why. Takes a lot of its design inspiration from New Orleans. That's like its city it's based off of. So they did try and bring in some historical stuff. However, they did absolutely not do it justice. So we're going to fix that. My other goals and really what I want to bring here for everybody is I want you to feel like, and we're not using any CC, we're using no custom content today. This is all just things that come from either packs that I have. We're going to use the debug menu, which you'll see why in a minute. And then just general like cheats and stuff, but things that you could do with your game that if you were sitting with the game open during the stream, you could essentially do the exact same things that I'm doing. And hopefully come out with a prettier looking house at the end of it. I don't know if you've ever been in the position where like it's like all my builds look kind of like ugh, or do they just look weird? They look very like Simsy instead of like real lifey, and you want something more lived in. I have tips for that, and then just general design ones to work within the way the Sims logic works. So yeah, and feel free at any point, like for donations and stuff, I am just going to point out, feel free to cut me off at any time. Chat, if you have a decision or a design thing or an item that you'd like me to use, like, and I can show you what packs I have, feel free to donate and let me know what you want me to throw in there. And I'm more than willing to do it. But without further ado, I will stop doing some of like the general like what we're here to do and actually tell you some information and do some education. So one of the first things that you're going to want to do when you are doing any sort of design stuff in The Sims, even if you only use it for build and buy mode, is you're going to want to switch your camera controls to the Sims 3 camera. And that has to do with the fact that you can do something with the furniture that you can only really do with the Sims 3 camera enabled. I don't know. I don't know why Max EA did that. So it's just the case. You're going to want to do that. The other thing that you're going to want to do right off the bat is if you are working with counters, and we'll get there, you're going to want to just toggle this to auto counters off. Those two things are like step number one. Auto counters stops your counters from like snapping together and deciding what they should do, and you're going to pick what they do, and you're going to actually get to pick like things that you've probably never seen, like these interesting like side corner like edges that you thought you couldn't get to before. You can do that with auto counters turned off. So those are two of the big ones. We are going to do, I'm sorry everyone, it's true, we are going to do this. We are going to do some cheating, because this is a Sims game, and what you do is you cheat. How do you think I got enough money for our Sim to move on to this lot? So
I was hoping a rank 10 career, but I guess not.
Well, I mean, that's my headcanon for her, so that's actually a really good point. Okapi is, this is another tip that I have, is you always want to move into these lots with a Sim. Like, design a Sim and put them in there, and you're going to do that for two reasons. One is that it allows you to adjust the color temperature of the lights, so if you don't like that something looks really, really, really warm, or that it looks really, really cool and you want warm light, having a Sim on the lot allows you to adjust the light color. And then the other thing too is that you're going to end up with more individualized furnishings if you have a Sim that you created on the lot and in your mind that you're designing for. Because if you're just kind of just designing to do what it's like, well, maybe this looks good, you're going to gravitate towards your own choices every time, and then you're going to kind of have like same house syndrome, like DreamWorks making one type of woman face. You're going to have that, but in your Sims houses. So having a Sim that is unique helps with that. So actually I will introduce you to our lovely Sim, if I can, toggle down to see her. So this is going to be Rose Carrington. Rose because she has pink hair, and Carrington because of CARE, our charity. So that is Rose. Her aspiration is to be a musical genius. And then her favorite colors are pink, purple, and gray. She likes a lot of electronic music, and she also likes gaming. So my headcanon about her, and she loves cats.
So
my headcanon about her.
You made me is basically what happened, except for the hair color.
Do you want to have pink hair? Because I don't know, I can...
Not at the moment, but it's not off the table. Like, I could have pink hair and pronouns, just like Rose Carrington, but here we are.
True.
Yeah, for the record, I was asked if I had any strong opinions about the character, and I said, here's a list of things that will make her exactly like me, and somehow Jaypeg did none of those things and still made a character that's exactly like me, which is very funny.
Apparently, I just read you without, knowing it.
Hashtag besties.
I kind of also just I was like, oh god, I gotta build this, and I just threw her together. So I just knew you just flowed through me to create this character.
But yeah, interior design in The Sims.
Yeah, so having her, this is our friend. The first couple things we're gonna do. So Control-Shift-C, we're gonna get into our little cheat menu. I always turn on, you don't have to technically do this one first, testing cheats true, but it just makes sure that if you wanted to add any more cheats later, you could. So testing cheats true. In this one, the move objects cheat that everybody knows and loves is bb.moveobjects. I swear I can type. Move objects is going to allow you to take control of objects you wouldn't normally take control of. It's also going to allow you to make objects overlap and get within each other's squares without causing collision problems, because The Sims loves to do that. The other thing that we're going to do is get to the debug menu. And the reason that we're going to get to the debug menu is because we're going to do pretty much all of our landscaping from the debug menu, because it's free. And there's more in there. And plants are really expensive in this game for some reason. So especially if you're going for like a budget situation in like renovation, you're trying to keep yourself within a budget, debug is your friend. So that is going to be bb.show hidden objects, and then bb.show live edit objects. I think in my notes I didn't call it correct, so... And then I should be able to... Yeah, there's my debug menu. And now you can see like whole houses and stuff. We've been playing for like 2 minutes. Well, not even, I don't know what the timer's at, but you can get whole houses and cars and planes for $0 now. Cute little cupcakes. The baconing. The names of things in here are special because the baconing. Food. But then this doesn't have a name. I think this is an airport. There's a lot to unpack here, so we're going to throw out the whole suitcase. That being said, I'm going to zoom out. We're going to change the time of day to afternoon because I really like the brightness so I can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to bulldoze the terrain, not the lawn. That got rid of like all the terrain painting that was there because when I start moving stuff around, I don't want to have to like individually repaint everything. So we're going to start getting rid of their landscaping. I got it all. I don't remember there being some around the side. Getting used to the Sims 3 camera, if you've been playing on the Sims 4 camera, is a laugh and a half, and you're going to see me struggle with it. I just want everybody to know that, and we're going to take it as a lesson in... Sometimes people struggle on camera during streams, and that's okay, and you should love me and support me regardless.
Yeah, it's just cozy gaming here. Like,
exactly.
We're not looking for pro gamer hours.
No. So, okay, where is my hedge? I saw hedges in here, and I want hedges. I don't want that hedge. That's too round. What kind of hedge is this? Is that too high?
That one's... that's not too bad.
Yeah, this one's lower. So I was thinking about using hedges as a fence instead of, like, fencing. This feels really high to me.
Yeah, that's a little much. That's like the I don't like my neighbor's hedge.
Yeah, and we're not doing that. We're friendly neighbors. This is not the game My Friendly Neighborhood, but honestly, I think that's a cozy game, and everybody should play that one too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, chat, like, what is y'all's, like, favorite, like, cozy neighborhood, like, city building games? Because there's a lot of them nowadays. And I go through, like, little stints of hyperfixation where I play a lot of City Skylines. And, like, that's a nice cozy game, I think. So what do y'all play that's kind of in this neighborhood of genre game?
Yeah, that is a good question, but I like that you brought up Cities Skylines because of how much Cities Skylines is. If you loved SimCity, but you don't love some of the new SimCities, play Cities Skylines.
Yeah, and Skylines 2 is currently doing like a big media push with a lot of the influencers that were playing the first one. And so I've been like kind of chomping at the bit to like get it at release date, which is usually not something I do with Paradox games because of how heavy they tend to go on microtransaction DLC. But like it's also a game that I've put hundreds of hours into, so I know I'll get my money's worth out of a new one. But yeah. That game that looks really good.
It does. I'm actually not even like normally like I didn't play the first one, but I've been excited for this one just because it's like, oh my gosh, like this looks really cool. What did they use this for? Game? Where does this belong normally?
That is a very unusual piece.
The magical hovering
Like,
plant that's
I guess
to
it's like
wrap?
supposed to terminate into a corner or something, maybe?
We're not going to use it, but I had to see it.
Yeah, I don't see how we could use... Whoa, is that a cherry blossom?
Yeah, and it's enormous.
Yeah, that doesn't really fit in New Orleans, but I think we added anyway because this is The Sims and we can do that.
Yeah, and hey, this actually brings me to one of our next tips is that the keyboard is your friend. And if you like something, but you want it bigger or smaller, the like square brackets on your keyboard make things bigger and smaller.
So we can have it bonsai sized if we wanted to?
Yeah. Well, okay, this is its smallest. You
yeah,
could
that's more like
make it that big.
Oh, Lord, okay, yeah, like the Redwood edition, let's go.
So, here, let's take it...
I think that's that size, like
This
one step up from the
size.
smallest is a nice size for that corner there.
Yeah, and then let's pop it into the corner.
Yeah, then the whole neighborhood can enjoy it when they walk by.
Yeah. And this is part of like the move objects cheat in action as well, is because a lot of times like they would not let you put a tree because a tree's footprint is usually like 4 tiles. They wouldn't let you put it so close to something. So that's also why move objects is great. If y'all aren't using that one in casual play, I strongly recommend it. You may have to like, when you're doing stuff that Sims interact with, kind of like go test that your Sims can still interact with it and that it's not blocked off, but you get a feel for that one with time. Let's see. Are there more
Yes,
plants?
Red Velvet Cupcake, my favorite topiary.
Exactly. Strawberry cupcake. Wait, what is this?
Oh, is that a plunger? You can just put a plunger in the yard? We can just really bring that Louisiana feel?
I could just put some shrimp in the yard.
I mean, plungers and shrimp. That's basically Cajun country as I understand it from watching television.
Yeah, is this what y'all came here for? Giant shrimp action? Because that's what you're getting. Alright, let's see. Do I want this in here? Oh, I actually kind of... No. I was originally thinking... One of the things that I want to preserve about this house is the fact that it has 2 front doors. And I love the 2 steps thing. So I kind of want to make this like a little garden thing. And
Is there any way that you can get it onto that railing in the middle as like a planter box?
yeah,
Like actually on
so-
top of the railing?
Yeah, and that actually brings up another keyboard thing. So you are leading into everything. This is why this was meant to be. This is a match right here. So the other thing that you can do in The Sims is raise and lower the height of objects with your keyboard. So 0 and 9. 0 makes something lower, 9 makes something higher. And I can bring it up like this.
If only it wasn't like so obviously clipping into the pillars, that would be perfect.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on.
Like,
What if it's little?
okay.
Or what if it's just a little bit smaller and then we overlap it?
Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, I'm picking
That's
up
the
what you're
wrong
putting down.
direction, Jay. Is it the same size? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that's baller. Alright, and now we get a car on blocks. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have a lot of family and friends from Louisiana. It's a great place. New Orleans rules. You should check it out.
Yes. I've never been. I've always wanted to go, and it's kind of fun. Like, I love that they chose it for this game because I think it deserves much more love.
Yeah, like, I cannot say enough good things about New Orleans. Like, even if you're like, because I know like it has like a big reputation as a party city because of Mardi Gras, but like I am not really like in that scene. I kind of got that out of my system in college, so like a decade ago for me. But like if you like music and you like food, New Orleans is like just
the place.
Absolutely a must visit. It's such a wonderful city.
Yeah, it's like from everybody that I've ever spoken to about it, they're like, oh, like you gotta go. Like, let's see. Oh, these are the trims. What am I doing? I just want like a little baby wall, maybe. Must be applied to room. Oh, shush. Why can't I just wall tool it? I don't know that I'm gonna like this. I'm doing this and I don't know that I'm gonna like it. Oh, and it doesn't let me go to the curb. Cool, fine. I will.
Well, I mean, sometimes you have to like actually do the thing to see if you like the thing.
Yeah. It's like, cool, love that. Okay, well, back to the debug menu. Well, no. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but we're going to make this little area in here a garden, and we're going to use our handy dandy tools. Let's see if I can do this the way that I usually paint the terrain in this game, which is that I size it to what I need, and then I just line up the square, and then I just hold the button down. Ta-da! Instead of trying to use the circle. It's brown now, and it's not brown in weird, awkward ways and uneven. It's just brown. It works.
Yeah, like yeah, that's like what I would expect. Like nice, like freshly tilled soil for flowers and plants to look like.
It looks really, yeah, it looks really healthy. Actually,
now, see, if this was my actual house, that entire patch right there would be cilantro because I eat cilantro like it's lettuce, and my sister hates me for it because she has the soap gene.
I am afflicted with the soap gene, but I still think cilantro tastes good, so I think I just like the taste of soap.
Alright, so you're getting cilantro and a 12-pack of Ivory bar soap for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I know I'll love it.
I'll let you decide which one to eat with.
True. You know, I'm gonna remove the base game filter on this. Ooh. Really? This is not debug menu. The game is embarrassing me. Why? Why are you doing this to me?
I'm just curious, like the logic behind the filter, because I saw both a chessboard and jail doors. So, Sims, y'all okay?
Well, that and I don't know if you noticed, but like
Oh, T-pose.
Yeah, T-pose and baby Gen 1.
Let's go.
Hold on, I just want to see. Oh no!
It's Halloween. You gotta hide one somewhere.
Oh yeah, the baby's going in there. Although I'm afraid that it's going to make the baby be like a part of
like an actual baby. You just like spawn an actual sim that requires care and attention.
We'll deal with that later.
Yeah, that's a problem for future us.
Yeah, exactly. So another key trick is holding down Alt will let you move something freely. Instead of it locking to the grid. And then if you hold Alt while turning something, you're going to get the worst noise in the world. And this is why we use the Sims 3 camera, but you're going to get the worst noise in the world, but you can also like freely rotate it. So the Geiger counter is going off. We are, in fact, the song by Imagine Dragons, Radioactive. We are waking up to ash and dust, but you can see that we can move this freely. So if you want to like rotate something like just so and not on one of the cardinal directions, which is what the Sims likes to do, you can do that. So, but I'm actually going to size this one down, and I'm going to hold down Alt. I should have warned everybody's ears before doing that, but I kind of did. So I'm gonna flip it and then place it. Never mind that it's kind of through the stairs. We're gonna pretend that it's not. Because I'm also
I mean,
trying...
that's just normal plant things. They're gonna go where the sun is.
That's true. And here's our baby. Just vibing in the flowers.
Yeah, an actual flower child.
Yeah. And now I am just trying to fill in... Excuse you. There we go. Actually, I want to
I kind of want the saguaro cactus, but like that would die as soon as you put it in the ground in Louisiana.
Yeah.
It's way too humid there.
Oh!
Like that's already a dead cactus. It's rotting. It's done.
It's also enormous.
Oh yeah, like if you've never been to like the
That's
American
true.
Southwest and seen them in person, they are a lot bigger than the cartoons lead you on to believe. Same with tumbleweeds. They're huge.
Yeah, tumbleweeds were something that the first time I saw one in real life, it blew my mind because I thought, like, low-key thought they were fake. I know these flowers are overlapping, but don't yell at me.
Yeah, I think the first tumbleweed that I ever saw was about 4 feet in diameter. And as soon as I tried to pick it up, I realized that my hands and arms were now bleeding very badly. So I put it down, and I have never touched a tumbleweed since. They are not cute, and they are not small. They're evil and mean, and they're not cozy. Unlike this game.
That's true. This game is cozy. We're gonna... I need something to cap off this edge right here, and then we're gonna move on. I don't want to cap it off with that. That's a whole tree. What if it was not a whole tree? What if it was a bush?
What if that was a bush? Like, do a second one, but like maybe a size bigger? Like, give it a little bit of variety?
Ooh.
No, that's too big.
Here,
yeah,
we'll just make it
you've done
like
it again.
misshapen, kind of like that. And then what I would do, and I'm only going to do it partway, is you terrain paint under things that are in the ground, and then you kind of get that like dimensional effect on your grass, which is what they had before, but I'm replacing it with where the new stuff is. So let's just do like a really quick swipe. It probably looks really bad on the inside, but that's fine. Because I want to get to some things about this house that I want to change before we get into the thick of it. So I studied this house, or I studied like I went to college about it. I looked at this house for a while thinking about what I wanted to do and what I really didn't like about it. And a couple of the things were, first of all, that this level right here, the ceiling height is really high up here, and I think we would do better with shortening this to the shortest level that walls can be. That is going to make these lovely mismatched windows disappear in the process, so really a victory on both ends. So, oh, it did it earlier. Well, thanks for proving me wrong, game. Girl power. And then, first of all, lowering it messed with our window situation, so we're actually gonna get rid of this balcony. I actually don't like this balcony, if we're being honest. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure why that balcony even exists.
it feels kind of purposeful. Woo! Here, let me do this the correct way.
Like maybe if you were closer to the water, like you could argue that it's like a widow's watch or something, but like it really just feels like they said, well, we've got to cover this porch too, and it's 2 stories, let's like give it a balcony.
Yeah, and we don't need that. Hey, control is supposed to get rid of it. Thank you. So if you hold down control while using the wall tool, you can trace a wall and it deletes it. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna put a roof here instead. And my tips about roof stuff in this game is that it's everybody's nemesis, and it's okay that it's yours too, because roofs are difficult. You can, if you want to get really specific about a roof height, hold Alt, and you can get like much more like specific and like granular with the height, as opposed to this is the way it normally goes. So if I wanted to really, I hate this roof. We're gonna, okay. Well, I'm going to try something ambitious, which I don't know if it's gonna work out, but we're gonna try. So I kind of want to make this roof like the one that the Camelback house that I saw was like octagonal. And so I kind of want to make this roof a little bit more like that. Although it's going to be a brat about it, I think. But we're gonna try. So, and see how this one just overtakes that. Really cool beans. So we're gonna drop that low.
That actually turned into a very interesting shape when you dropped it. I kind of like that.
I like this a lot better, and then I think what we'll do is we'll put a flat here, so that you can get this like nice little dimensional situation. Should I bring this forward? Ew, why is it doing that? I don't like... Can I line you two up with you behaving? Do we like this if I put in another flat roof in front of it? Let's find out.
I kind of like the direction it's going with the flat roof. Like, let's give that a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna slap this roof in, and it's gonna look really goofy for a second. We're gonna fix it, I promise. See, it's flat now. And then we bring it out. And then...
Yeah, bring it down so it's flush.
Can you? Max roof slope.
Oh no.
Fine. Will you behave and be a flat roof? No. You're not going to do what I want you to do.
Well, you could always pull that out and just cover the entire thing. It's not quite what you had in mind, but...
It'll work. But yeah, roofs in this game are painful. You know what? This is going to work for what I want, because... Although, now I'm going to get funky with this. I want to bring you and you. I would really like... Well, I could have done that, basically what I did, way simpler, so we're going to go back to the shape that it was and have it be starker. So if I wanted to just bow the roof, I could also just, like, do this. I don't think I like it up there, though. But what I wanted to do to this one, I'm kind of a sucker for this, and if you look at the Camelback houses, they have, like, very interesting details above. Oh, I forgot. You can't resize windows. If you resize windows, horrible things happen like this. So you
that's so cursed.
It's very cursed. But they have fun, interesting details above them. So I wanted to bring some of that in. Does that... No. We're going to go back to the cute little one, and we're just going to get a cute butterfly on there.
Yeah, I think the butterfly is very fitting for what we're doing today.
Yeah. Which is, if you would like to remind everybody.
Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, today we are celebrating the International Day of the Girl here at Lady Arcaders. And we've partnered with CARE, which is a great charity organization that works with women and girls all around the world to try to make sure that everyone is getting put on a level playing field, because, women and children are, often running into issues with things with fundamental rights and not having the same access to healthcare. Poverty is a huge issue. I see that a lot with trans and non-binary people as well. So CARE's kind of stepping in to, try to help with equality and equity through all their programs and initiatives. It's a great organization. You can do that !donate to donate. Any bit that you can donate to them is going to a fantastic cause. And this house, like, while I was busy reading my blurb, like, I like what you have done with those vines. Like, oh my.
I am trying to get them to climb from the ground. I don't know how. Game, I'm literally begging you. I am screaming and crying and throwing up. Can you just do that? It's not where I want it, but
see, here's
it wants to like grow on the We're gonna put a bush there.
Like, here's what I don't understand. It's like, we have ray tracing. We can, like, somewhat accurately, like, figure out how light is going to bounce around a scene, but I can't pick up a pothos plant and put it in the ground and it just path itself around the pillar? Like, come on, game. Like, get your priorities in order. I don't care about ray tracing, but I do care about vine.
We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna hide the bottom. How about that? Does that work?
Yeah, I'm liking that. Like, with the vines going across the front there, like,
yeah,
it's
the southern
really
wisteria.
Yeah, it's very inviting. Something that I noticed a couple of minutes ago, and like I couldn't find a good way to bring it up, but like, I've talked about it a bunch. I'm from Florida, like, is where I spent half of my life, and like, it's really interesting to me how, like, all through the South, you see like these common designs. Like, you see, especially the coastal areas, you're going to see the houses are, up a little bit. They're raised because, the floodwaters from the storms and everything. So they're going to be raised off the foundation a bit.
Yep.
You're going to see these big porches, like, either across the entire front of the house or even wrapping the sides. That's very common in the Carolinas and coastal Georgia, as those wrapping sides. Like, if it wasn't for that second story that makes it a camelback, this house is basically like the Florida cracker architecture that is really common in a lot of the old buildings, a lot of the old houses in Florida, which is really interesting because, again, like, you go through and you look at all this old architecture, like, throughout the Southeast, and you see all these little common design links, but like, there's, like, not really any cultural link between them. Like, someone in New Orleans and, that region of Louisiana is not going to know what, some, family is doing in Charleston, South Carolina with, their house, but they end up with very similar motifs. It's just interesting how, like, architecture, like, kind of comes together and informs on, kind of the culture of an area. Because, like, it used to be, like, so ingrained into, like, heritage and everything, because it's just part of who you were. Like, it's just interesting. Like, I'll get off my soapbox.
No, because you're right. It's like a whole cultural identity thing, and that's one of the things that, like, I do try and contain and, like, still include in the builds is, like, I'm not going to put something Spanish looking in this area, and I especially wouldn't do it to this. Like, I think it's really cool to see those, like, cultural and historical pieces. But one of the things that, speaking of that, though, that I feel like this really missed out on is that, like, the houses like this have amazing colors usually to them, and they didn't do that, so we're going to do that. Although I don't know why those are
like,
not.
these old houses have, like, a lot of charm and personality to them that you just don't get out of, like, the cookie cutter, like, homes for, $350,000 up, developments that we see nowadays. Like, there's something special about, like, these old houses that you just don't get with new development in a lot of cases, unless you do it yourself or you go to, like, a good developer.
Yeah, and, like, you want to keep these, like, they're historical masterpieces. Like, you want to keep that. So one of the things I did, yeah, I turned it pink, not just because of care, but because I think pink is cool, and you would have a historical house end up being like pink, and it would just be that's just what it was.
Yeah, like that's on brand for New Orleans. It's on brand for a lot of the South, really.
Do we like this? I do not like that pink on pink situation. What about green? Because I made these little green vents, so I added detail up here too.
Yeah, the green's not bad.
I wish there were like a paler...
What about like a medium gray?
It's one of her favorite colors. I don't like that one. We are gonna actually, before we go too far on that, that's a good point. Let's go back and let's change.
Oh yeah, we do have shingle options.
That's baller.
That rules. If we really wanted to go historic, it looks like there's a couple of different options for metal roofs. That was a very common thing in the old houses, was those the extruded metal roofs. No, I don't know about the red. It'd be more like a silver or a kind of a zinky color. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Words are hard.
And I think that this is the closest I hate that.
Yeah, no, I'm not vibing with that.
And I mean, this is glass.
Yeah, maybe for a sunroom, but not for the whole roof. I think the color that you have now, like, that is something that you would see on like a refurb. Like, the metal roofs used to be common. That's not really as much of a thing anymore now that we have air conditioning and cheaper materials. So I think the larger, like, they might be tiles, they might just be big old shingles, but like, that's a reasonable thing that you would see on a house that's been remodeled and maintained meticulously for, a house like that probably at least 100 years old.
Yes, and that's part of what makes it so darn awesome. Like, which, I don't know, I just think that you should preserve those whenever you can. Like, I'm not even that much like a history person, but like, housing history to me is just so cool. And I always try and, there it is. And then, do I just do a white trim? I was trying to avoid a white trim. What is going on over here with this?
Actually, the white trim looks like it kind of pops
charming. Off. Mm-hmm. Why are you?
Yeah, like now that we're seeing it in action, I kind of like the white trim.
Yeah, and I think I do have to bring this out like more square, even though I don't really want to in every direction, because it's not giving what it was supposed to be giving before, so it's going to be a little wide and flat for my taste, but actually it's fine. It looks a little funky from the sides, but like, it looked worse like this.
Yeah, so like this looks like a house where you'd go to eat some crawdads and watch a Saints game.
Yeah. Here, let's do...
Yeah, now that I'm seeing the white on all the roof, like, yeah, that actually goes off really. Like, if it... you missed the very front. Is still green above the stained glass. Boop. There you go.
Thank you.
Like, now that we're seeing it, if you drop down the camera so we can see like the ground level, but now that we're seeing the white trim like playing off of the plants and the color of the house and everything, I think it works really well.
Yeah, like, there, we'll drop. That's what we have so far. Just changing a couple things that EA did and getting rid of a couple egregious mistakes, and we have not even really begun with that. I'm gonna try...
Yeah, like, it's crazy what a couple plants and a coat of paint will do to a house. Like, we've gone from like the angry neighbor who hates everything to the neighbor who won't stop loading you up with baked goods, and yeah. I'm living for it.
Yes, we are thriving with this. Let's see. Okay, I want some visually interesting window situation up here, but I don't want it to be enormous.
Is there
Like,
any windows overlooking that little river?
this little guy?
Yeah, is there anything on that back side of the house from upstairs? Okay, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, so we
like
do have
that's
those.
good.
I feel like, and sorry that I am just completely like scrolling bizarrely. We're missing something interesting here, and I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe like a big bay window like that, like kind of straddling the roof. Like if we can get it like up above
Yeah.
the peak of the roof,
Let's see. Um, there
or
are bay
maybe some of those
windows.
small porthole style windows. Actually, that
Can it rotate
that might
out
work.
game?
That might work.
Hold the phone.
How tall is that in relation to the inside of the room?
It's pretty high up, so it's actually technically on like the third floor. It's not on
Oh, so that would be like
the
an
living room
attic or a
floor.
bonus room type situation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
We can keep it.
yeah. I mean, it's like there for show.
Does that get changed? Hello? Does that roof change? Kind of. Does any of them have a green roof? Or just not atrocious? What the heck? This is what this game does to you, is it gives you things that you're like, oh my god, that's so cool, and then it only has it in like one iteration and it hurts. So let me check for another bay window, but if not, we will just keep that one. No,
It's
I don't.
so over.
It's fine. Yeah, you can't really tell. If I really wanted to, I could stick like some flowers up here, or can I cover it up with some of these? Well, this is actually something that I'm definitely going to add down here. If I can get these to work, is these little decorative corbels.
Oh, I like those.
Because these babies are historical. If I can get it to snap it. Why'd you snap perfectly into place on the other side, but you don't snap into place on this side? What if I just like change the camera angle? Apparently that works. Complaining works. Please. Okay, we're gonna start with you there, and then we're gonna move you to the side. I know that you'll cross with the wisteria fine. Did you go where I want you to go? Kind of. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and again, chat, like if y'all have any like insider opinions, feel free to like let us know in chat, and if you have any real strong opinions, you can always donate and make your voice heard.
Can I free place this? I can, but it doesn't follow the pitch of the roof the way I want it to. Bummer. Nope, that doesn't work.
Yeah, no, that just makes it look abandoned again.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna give up on that. We're just gonna leave it the way it is, and I'm going to have to learn to live with the imperfections. We are going to change out these two front doors to something cuter, but we are keeping the two front doors situation because I think it's cool.
What we need is a door that's like not entirely window, but has like a lot of window, I think. Something
like that?
That's almost exactly what I had in mind. I was thinking a little more window, like an ovalish window, but that definitely works. Like put that on the short list.
Yeah, here, let me put that in for a second, and then because I want them to both be like no more than 2 squares.
Yeah.
There's this. I really like that stained glass goes off.
Yeah, I like the stained glass. I think that matches a little better.
Yeah, let's do this, and then let's play around with the color for a minute. What about going to not the solid green, but the green and white, so that it pops from
yeah. And then that other door that we were just waffling about, the double door, put that on that side.
Yeah. Where was it? It's this one.
Yeah, it was that one. Yeah, there we go.
Is that offset from the...
Yeah, it is. It just needs to go over here.
Yeah.
And see, like, and that's something that you would see a lot in these older houses too. Like, you'd have that little, side porch for, the cooking and, the laundry and whatnot. You just throw those doors open, and now you get the breeze running through the house. Like, that is something that you would have in a house of this era feasibly. So, yeah, that works.
Let's do 2 little windows. Should we bring back these windows that I got rid of because I was like, ew, you weren't even? Do we bring them back and just make sure they're even?
We could do that. I mean, I feel like having windows looking across the roof is like a love it or hate it thing. I personally like it because I like watching rain. And I really like watching rain run. But I understand why people would think, oh, I don't want to look at the roof. Like, I get it, but I like it.
And I think when you're looking from the street, if you didn't have those, you would lose a ton of, like, visual, like...
it
like
kind of...
there.
Yeah, kind of makes it look a little too boxy without the windows there, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, I think we have our outside for the moment.
Yeah, and we are a little over halfway through the time that we allotted, so it's probably time to move inside anyway.
Yeah. We're gonna talk floor plan for a second, because that is something, just as another tip, like, look at real life floor plans for the types of houses that you're looking at. Like, if you're in one of the areas that has more Tudor or colonial style houses, look up colonial floor plans and Tudor floor plans and stuff like that. So one of the things that I know about Camelback houses is that often, because this one has the 2 front doors, often they are split into 2 different units. I'm not going to have this be like a 2-unit house, but what I was actually thinking of having is the front door for this side be a second entrance into another bedroom, or so we can actually do it one of 2 ways. We could have this door back here open to a mudroom and a bathroom and a master bedroom at the back of the house. Or we could have this one open into like a small little, potentially like open straight into a bedroom that, I don't know if you've ever seen the houses where like there's a guest entrance basically for like a guest who's staying with you, but maybe you're not like, well, let me let you in and out the front door all the time. Like, they have like a little bit of independence. You could have like that be like the front door goes into like their bedroom and bathroom and then goes into the rest of the quarters. So
yeah, have like day beds, like almost like, you can turn it into a mother-in-law suite at a drop of a hat if you need to.
Yeah, let's actually let me get rid of all the ones that are in here, the walls that are in here right now. So we're gonna get rid of what is there, and then I think it's going to panic because there's like doors in the way, but we don't care, we'll come back, we'll fix it. I actually think I'm going to take the stairs from 2 down to 1, because I honestly think that a historical house would probably not have such a wide staircase. Staircases are pretty narrow in historical houses.
Yeah, like, other than the width of the staircase, like, this is pretty bang on for a house of that era. Like, the long shotgun style hallways is something that you saw a lot in these southern houses, because, I don't know if some of y'all have never been to the South. It's hot and humid down there, and when a lot of these houses were built, air conditioning not only didn't exist, but it wasn't even a thing that people ever considered would exist. So you had these, like, long hallways and these big wide open spaces where you can throw open the doors and the windows so you can get a breeze running through the whole house. Even having experienced houses like that, I still can't imagine having to live in that 24/7 in Florida, but like, that's what they did like back then. They had these long hallways and you get a big breeze flowing through, and it does a surprisingly good job of cooling down the house. And that's not really a style of architecture you see anymore. It's not really in vogue right now. Open concept is similar, but it's not the same.
Yeah, open concept is like it's close,
That staircase width is perfect, by the way.
yeah, I think taking it down to 1 is 100% like the choice. Oh, there's ladders in the game now, FYI. In case people didn't know that. Let's take. I found for building in this area that, yeah, the base game, because it's a base game thing, but the vampires pack, the paranormal pack, and then, oh my gosh, what other pack am I thinking about? All lend themselves really, really well because they have a lot more historical pieces. So you're going to see me using them a lot.
Yeah, we just got a decent sized raid, so welcome on in, Raiders. We're
Raiders!
doing interior
We're
design.
We are vibing, baby.
Yeah, we're just having a cozy little stream celebrating the International Day of the Girl. Partnering up with Kara to raise some money for that cause. So, yeah, if you're just tuning in with us, that is what's going on today. Kara's a great organization that helps to, give a little bit of assistance to, women and underrepresented minorities that are in other countries where the inequality is a little worse off than it is in many other places. So just trying to help level the playing field is a really great cause, and anything that you can donate does help. Hashtag. What was the hashtag? I already forgot. Anyways, !donate in chat for the Tiltify link.
Yes. I don't want to.
I knew the hashtag because I was trying to figure out how to yell at you to add a microphone somewhere, because it has to do with a mic. But of all the things to blank on.
It is pass the mic or share the mic?
Pass the mic sounds alright.
So this is my front. Actually, I'm trying to decide if I can actually get both of what I want going on here, because I did really want that laundry room, mud room situation for this side. Because I'm not going to get it for that front. That front's too narrow. I don't... Because I really want to do a first floor bedroom situation.
Yeah, that's... I mean, it's doable, but it's not going to be a master. It would be like a guest or a half bed.
What if, though? Hold on. Let's get creative, because the mudroom does not need to be that big. The mudroom can be literally this big. And then this can be... Do I want this to be...
Yeah, you could section that off, and there's your mother-in-law suite / other living room.
Or, hold on.
Oh, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, because a lot of this, so my parents aren't watching this, but part of me being really preoccupied with this whole mudroom thing that I won't stop speaking about is the fact that I think it's really cool that in my parents' house you can go from the garage into the laundry room, into the master bath, and then into the bedroom that way. So if you're dirty from being outside because they live in a dusty area, or if you there's company over or something like that, and you just want to take a second for yourself, you can do that by just going through the garage, and you get into their kind of more separated off area that is their peaceful spot, without going through the entirety of the house and having to greet people or whatever it is, if you're just a person that likes to decompress. And I thought that was really cool, and I kind of wanted to bring that into this. And you really don't need a laundry room, mudroom situation to be that big, and that's actually really chunky for a bathroom. Plus it has an entrance from the main living area, and then I think I'm going to take this down 1. And because you don't need bathrooms to be that big in this game. I don't know if you do this, but when I'm designing in The Sims, I think about real life stuff. So there's a not even half bath. There's technically a bathroom with a shower to right there to me. And in The Sims, it would be 4 tiles. Like, and I know that. So you can just kind of keep those like real life things in mind, and get some cool layouts going. So, okay. Let's do some indoor doors. I like things that are... I don't need them to like pop off, but I do need them to be not like flat. I don't need windows in them because that's really invasive inside of a house. Do I want... Yeah, I'm trying to decide if for the master if I want like a big door here. Is there a 2-panel with a... Heck yeah, there is. They have a very dramatic entrance to their bedroom now, so love that for them. We're gonna do this. I actually think I might put the bathroom door on the diagonal, because it's kind of a useless space otherwise. Alright, and then in this front space, we're gonna put the door to the bathroom like here. And then this will serve as the guest bathroom if a guest stays in this room, but also the guest bathroom if somebody is like visiting, because this will be like a kitchen dining area. I know it looks narrow, we'll make it work. And yeah, I think I'm gonna scoot these windows over.
Yeah, the window in the bathroom might need to go.
It's
for
big.
The bathroom, but aside from that, yeah, I'm liking how this is coming together.
I feel like it looks a little better. We'll put curtains over that one. This is really narrow for this.
I think that's just too many windows on that side of the house in general now.
What if... Do we want like a windowless bathroom? Like a port
Like a porthole, yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
You and I get each other's design brain real hard right now, and I love it. Let's use the one from upstairs.
Actually, that's the exact kind of window that I've seen in like so many of the Florida Cracker style houses that I've been in when I still lived in Florida. So that's like probably exactly what they would use in a place like Louisiana as well. Like, it's up high enough that you don't get to see anything, but it's also accessible so you can open it like when it gets humid. So I think that's perfect. Like, that's on brand.
Yeah, I think it's the ones from upstairs. It brings like it down so that like you don't want like too many mismatched windows on houses, because trust me, you would notice. But you are allowed variation, and yeah, I think this... Yeah,
it's perfect. Like, cohesion is the name of the game. Like, it doesn't have to be uniform. It just has to be cohesive.
Exactly. All right, so I have my floor plan down here. I'm going to just redo some floor plan situation up here, and then we're going to get into decorating as our last thing, and then I'm going to try and get through just, like, one room of decorating at least. And then let me get rid of these doors, because that's going to drive me bonkers and yonkers if I leave them. And then, boop, bye-bye railing. Okay, so it would be easier if I had already like slapped lighting in here, but we're not going to worry about that right now. That's a problem for later me. Here's what I'm thinking. I actually kind of want to get rid of, if the game will let me. No, I don't want to get rid of the stairs. I kind of want to open the floor up a little bit if I can. I hate that it does this to me.
Honestly, that upstairs, like, that could all just be like a bonus room type situation. Like, it doesn't even have to be enclosed. Like, that could just be one big, like a rumpus room, or that could be literally anything that you could do with one big room. It could be another guest room. Like, it could be a multi-use. It could be empty.
What if she, because we've talked about her being a gamer. What if she's a streamer and this is like the ultimate streamer and gaming domain lounge situation up here?
Yeah,
and she has, like...
Yeah, make that the studio space. Because, like, we did talk about the gaming and the streaming. We talked about the musical aspirations. Like, that would be, like, a really good, like, once you sound treat that, like, that's the perfect space. It's nice and open. So much room for activities.
Why is this game not letting me add the railing here?
Yeah, it wants you to add the railing everywhere but when you're trying to add the railing.
Okay, so I think what it wants me to do...
Do like a half wall?
Yeah, it wants me to take this wall, I think, and then turn it into it, I think is what it's telling me that it wants me to do. Yep.
Yeah, that tracks. Okay, cool.
Sims logic. I'm still not used to it, and I will never be. So, okay,
Yeah,
let's come back down
this
here.
is the same place that, like, dictates that a pizza costs $30.
A pizza costs $30, a lavender bush costs $20, like... But then, like, actually expensive things are cheap. Like, the actual house was only, like, $30,000. And, oh, boy, I don't know how that works out. So...
Yeah, I kind of like the Sims economy, because everything is kind of, like, crushed to the median instead of just being wildly disparate. That's very nice in its own way.
So, one of the things is, first of all, there's this thing called the super subtle saucer light. They took the subtle saucer that everybody kept shrinking to make near invisible and made a tiny one. I will slap these all over a house to get it well lit enough to see what I'm doing. And then I will go back and replace them with real lights later. Because see, now I can actually, like, see.
You're so smart.
Fun. It's so much better this way. And honestly, if you forget to remove them, you won't notice them. Like,
See, I would have just wandered around blindly in the dark. Like, but no, that's smart.
It just helps for, like, putting paint on walls and things like that and seeing, like, what the real color is going to be, because otherwise you're in a world of hurt. Alright, so let's do... What area do we want to do? Let's do the kitchen, living room. Let's start over here. So
yeah,
my thought is that a historical thing, if I can get a good one. Where is it? They hide these from me. They're like weird. They're weird with this detail. I want to get some paneling going because paneling is such like a historical thing that like I really want to get some like old style paneling, even though it's expensive. We have like a $50,000 budget. With everything that I've taken down, we actually haven't made a dent in it yet.
Well, we did cheat a lot of the exterior, to be fair.
We did. If you don't do that, then yeah, you'll be in a better place. But like, I don't know. I think having like a really, like, it would have been on brand to have like a very grand, interesting, like almost parlor-esque entrance. I don't necessarily think I want to carry it into the kitchen. I think I may change it in the kitchen area to be like a little bit flatter, but we'll get there in a minute. And then we're gonna apply it to the stairs because I want it on the stairs.
I just realized we missed a humongous opportunity to intro this showcase.
Uh-oh. What?
Like, we could have done, like, the ridiculous HGTV thing. It's like, I'm a small-time Twitch streamer. She's a small-time Twitch streamer. Our budget is 50,000 simoleons. Like, what?
Ah!
Run
the whole thing back. We're gonna do that now. Yeah. Can we find a house in the suburbs?
Yeah. Can we? Like with our, like, ridiculous careers? Like, I love those shows. Are such a guilty pleasure, but like I don't buy for a second that you're a part-time dog groomer and your budget has $1 million in its name anywhere.
Yeah, right. Like, it's not real. So, hold on. This is super fascinating. Fun fact: my parents actually got asked to be on one of those shows and they turned it down. But they only ask you once you have bought your house. So the like the discourse about them not having the house like picked between them, they haven't picked. The only reason that you'll see sometimes that like they get to the end and like after it's like, well, we didn't pick any of them, is probably because the house actually fell out of escrow. Like fun
and
bit of tea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the careers that they supposedly pick is just there because haha funny. I think they're just intentionally doing it as a bit to like see if you're paying attention. But
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I'm
It's
a
good.
millennial. I'm never going to be able to afford a house the rate things are going, so it's all fantasy as far as I'm concerned.
It's the suspension of disbelief is already there. Yeah, I
It's like, oh, you're in your 30s and you're buying a house? Yeah, this ain't real.
Cap.
What are you not telling me?
Before I forget, I want to show this super neat thing. So with the floors that orient a certain direction, so like this one being like vertical, and you want it horizontal, you just hit caret and it switches it back and forth.
Oh, that's so smart. I never knew that.
So for this one, I can now make like a free like chevron pattern, basically, because I can just flip it and have it be like the other direction. Except now I'm gonna
That's
be
hot, actually.
really
I like that a lot.
finicky about it. Although I think I'm probably gonna get rid of it in those areas. Okay, did I extend it to everywhere I needed to? I think so. So yeah, now it's got like a really nice like chevron pattern, and it's one of the technically like cheaper floors, but it has more going on. The other really cool thing that you can do, I don't know if I'm gonna actually like do it here, I might, is with the floor tiles, say you want to get like a diagonal flooring situation going, Control and F will change you to the quarter tile. So if you wanted to get really elaborate on our entryway here, I'm just gonna pick, because yeah, see the herringbone, we would have spent twice the money. We got the chevron effect with what we had. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna give like a hypothetical to like show the design, but like if I wanted to do something really funky with the front door here, with like a couple different like patterns, I could make like these shapes with the quarter tiles. And if you wanted to have like, you have a diagonal wall and you want to continue the diagonal wall, I'm gonna get rid of all of those because if I don't remember, I'm gonna just go back later and have a heart attack. Say I wanted the entry to the kitchen to also be diagonal, and I want the kitchen tile to be, we're just gonna pick this stone really quick. I can now make it diagonal and then fill in like behind it, and Control F again, you go back to like the regular, Control F, not Control Z, and you just go back to the regular. And so now you have like the diagonal effect in the floor with the quarter tile.
That's so cool.
The keyboard is your friend. But they don't tell you 90% of the things that the keyboard can do in this game. Hey, I'm actually kind of liking, even though I don't like the floor pattern, I kind of like the diagonal situation.
Yeah, no, the diagonal is very nice. Maybe not that pattern, though. Is there like a terrazzo, maybe?
I wish more than anything in my life that this game had terrazzo tile, because I am a big fan of it.
I am too.
What about, so I've been using these a lot, because I think they're kind of sick. Okay, where would I want to draw the diagonal? I think I want to draw it one more square out. And then...
Oh, that's good. I like that.
And then...
Yeah, just filler in.
Ooh.
That's too much filler in.
Yeah, we're gonna gently fill her in. Great. So now we have the like diagonal thing. We kept our so like look at how more complex our floor is with like the chevron effect and the diagonal and the like use of the quarter tiles and stuff because of like 3 keys. So that's another fun little tip for you.
Learning so much.
I learned like 90% of these from just watching other Sims creators. I say other like I am one. I'm just a person that vibes in this game sometimes. But watching Sims creators actually just make stuff and seeing like when they would move really fast, I'm like, whoa, 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 you just did something, like some keyboard thing. And I would just literally like rewind a YouTube video and like go back and see what they did.
Like, I hate when you see something like that and then you find out that everyone except you has been doing that for years and you just like, okay, sure.
You're like, cool, great, love that.
It's like, hey guys, I just discovered this new tech that unlocks the Ark of the Covenant in this game. They're like, yeah, we don't do that. It crashes the game half the time. Like, oh, okay.
And you're like, cool, was anyone going to tell me that? And the answer's no.
See, we didn't used to have this problem until like the last few years when we decided that we were going to stop doing forums and wikis and moved everything onto Discords.
Yep.
Looking at you, fighting game community.
I'm in agreement with you on that. Of like, I prefer much more centralized knowledge as a whole. Like, I just think it's super important to have.
Yeah, what good is Google if Google can't access the information?
Yes.
Who watches The Watchmen?
Don't think I like it there. I like it there. Because I want to keep this for kitchen.
Yeah, that funny curved wall is like where you would put the towel rack next to the sink. And you'd probably put the toilet like underneath the window.
Exactly.
Or the shower if you're gonna do like a walk-in shower, but that screams half bath to me. It doesn't sound like there's. Well, you could make a full bath work there.
And the funny thing is, in the kitchen, I think I want the sink to be. I'm gonna fill in some counters, but I think the fridge is gonna go like here. I really want the sink to be under a window. Like, because I've always had this thing of like, sinks go near where, like, you have to look at the wall basically the whole time. So, have your sink be somewhere pretty. And a lot of houses do that. They try and give like the sink a view. So like now when she's washing dishes, she looks out at like that sick little promenade area over the river. Though at the same time, that doesn't mean that like the stove is going to be like literally right next to it. Can I put... Okay, let me think about it a second. There's a kitchen, like, and this is in real life, and this is something that I pay attention to. So in the kitchen, you want the triangle shape that is your fridge, your stove, and your sink to be not really long and narrow and awkward. You want it to be an easily movable space. So I always try and think of the triangle between those. So I think what I'm actually going to do is put the sink in the middle. I'm going to put... This is going to end up being an end piece. We're gonna put an old stove in here. I don't know that I want a wood-burning stove, but I at least want this beautiful baby.
Definitely gas burning.
It makes sense for this. Yeah, okay, this is what we're gonna do. So then we're gonna go back to counters, and then this is one of the other reasons that I said like turn off free counters and everything, like, because now I can much more like freely and comfortably pick the things that I want to go in here. And like there's end pieces. Game, let me scroll. For example, if I really wanted to leave more room for the fridge, I could swap this one out for an end piece and have more space for the fridge. So let's actually see. Most of the fridges, the fridge options leave a lot to be desired in my case, but this one kind of...
Speaking of fridge options, we have about 15 minutes left, a little less than that.
Cool. So I will just make the kitchen pretty, and that will be what we continue with. So I kind of love this fridge. However, it's doing the thing that, hello, why are you doing a disappearing act? Okay, so I'm gonna hold Alt to get it like more centered in its space because it's like wanting to cram against the wall really weirdly, and I don't like that. So we're gonna just put it like that. Cabinets. Cabinets also like adhere to the no free counter rule. You want to turn that off because then you can get into this menu. Like, look at this. Like, this thing's cool.
That's impractical. If you could get that like pointing out diagonally, that would be like in the corner. That would be like really cool. It's not realistic, but it would be cool.
I mean,
like the corner next to the stove. I mean.
Oh, like here? Yeah, it's not gonna want to snap. So the counters don't want to snap.
Yeah, because I was thinking like where you have it right now, but like angled out 45 degrees. Again, not realistic, but it would be cool.
Yeah, and it doesn't want to do that, but like these things are neat. Let's see. There's one in this. I really like the one in this that is kind of like Hutch-esque because it still leaves like a gap. If you use a basic shape for your cabinetry, like a basic color for your cabinetry, you can mix and match it a little easier. Which I might just do right now because I like the vertical on that, but I don't need... I'm gonna pull these walls back up. Oh, that is like blistering white, and that's like country white.
Yeah, it's more like a whitewash rather than a white paint.
You are too modern. You're blue. That's straight blue.
Yeah, like...
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, no. I like that off-white color, the whitewash. But,
yeah.
You know.
Let's see. I mean, we could just have them be more... We can also change these counters out to the matching counter for that so that we can keep it. I was just using these cabinets the other day. So, yeah, this is another thing. It's just like fill out your cabinets. Although when you do this, just make sure that you are like paying attention to like the height and everything like that. But they have like a half cabinet height in case you wanted to. So like through here, I'm gonna do the half cabinet so that I have room to hang the curtains without it doing weird behavior, because I just ran into that the other day and I wanted to cry. Let's see how this looks in like a... I think I like the... Hold on.
Yeah, the only other thing I can think of that would make this like any more realistic would be like a hood over the range, like either with or without a microwave. Either way, like that's the only thing we're missing right now. As far
we're
as, like,
getting
the kitchen hardware.
We are getting that hood. Although, am I on the island right now? No, I'm on the counter. Why is it behaving the way it is over there? We'll figure that out in a second. That's a problem for later, Jaypeg. Please, I'm begging you, game. Alright, now why are you doing what you're doing right here? Okay. I don't know why I did that, but we're gonna just accept it for how it is. And then, because we have this, we're gonna lighten up the sink. Here's the deal. This countertop that we have here actually has the sickest sink I've seen in the entire world, but are we emotionally ready for chicken sink?
The cockadoodle do your dishes.
Yes. Are we ready for chicken
Yo.
sink? Do we like chicken sink? All hail chicken sink.
That is that's esports right there.
I'm into chicken sink. I'm digging chicken sink a lot.
It's definitely very on brand for a kitchen of the era of house, because this is a house that was probably 1910s, maybe 1920s when it was originally built. It's gonna have been through at least one remodel, and it's entirely feasible that remodel was in that kitschy late 60s, early 70s era, where the chicken sink would have been a hot commodity.
I love it. I'm in love with the chicken sink right now.
The chicken sink, the avocado green appliances, shag carpeting. There's so many good things that era brought us.
Yes. So one of the other houses that we could have done was actually a mid-century modern. And while I'm a little sad that I didn't get to do it, I still love this. I don't think I like that where that is. Let's do this. Let's move. You're just gonna move over. You're gonna move up, and you're gonna move down. And now I have my vertical there, and I feel a little bit better about it. Okay, so let's get the hood on the kitchen, and then we're just gonna start popping off. Although I think for sure it should be a copper hood.
The copper hood.
What about the bronze? The bronze copper?
Can you zoom in a little closer?
Yes. Yeah, sorry, Discord tiny and it being funky right now.
It's just also not a great angle.
Yeah, it's tight in here, but now that I have these done, I can actually
maybe that one, yeah, but maybe take it down a half step so it's a little closer to the range.
Game. I'm literally begging you. No, we're gonna do it back here. Alright. Or we can take one of these hoods. Oh no, I can't actually, because it would.
JK, psych.
Psych! Is that better? Is that lower?
No, it's the same height, but yeah, if you take it down a half step. Yeah, right there.
Okay, we have a little bit of there could be a gap between the cabinet and it. The wiring's in the wall.
It's not going to be perfectly flush.
Yeah, the wiring's in the wall, so we'll just say that. Okay, so we'll worry about a metal detector a different day.
Yeah, someone asking in chat when we're gonna get someone to move in. We actually do have a sim that we made. Her name is Rose Carrington because of CARE, the organization that we're raising money for.
She is.
And I don't think we're gonna get any time to really play out much of Rose's story, unfortunately, because we are quickly running up on our allotted time.
Yeah, so I wanna go into with this though really quickly. Oh my god, I'm struggling with camera angles today because I'm trying to think and talk and everything.
Yeah, well, there's that. There's only so much that Sims 3 camera can do when at the end of the day the camera is still gonna fight with any plane that it encounters.
100%. It's a challenge. There's a curtain in here that I literally just used the other day. I'm basically kind of making a slightly bougier version, but I just think it's so darn charming. What color? I love the middle situation that this does with this. Or I could bring it up. Or, hold on, does this have a better... Oh, that is pink. That is not pink, that is pink with an A.
Yeah, that's extra pink.
I'm not hating it, but I
don't think it's right for us this time.
No. What about the blue? Ooh, I like the blue with the yellow.
Yeah, the blue marks.
Let's see, is there a blue one of this? That's cute. So I can get like my little flower situation going. No. Wall treatments make a place look more finished without you doing too much. We're just gonna go with this one because it's gonna do what I want it to do. So now we're starting to have like a functional kitchen, yeah? Like with full, like with interesting things in it. Although I have no idea why they have the clutter situation like this in here. We're actually gonna go to decorations. We're gonna start in wall art because we have lots of really cute things in here.
Yeah, the herb rack is definitely something you would see in this era of kitchen.
100%.
Yeah, maybe not
rack.
fresh, but like you're definitely gonna have like a spice rack.
Let's do that.
Oh yeah,
And
I like
then
that.
there's a pots and pans wall hanger, which is what I'm really looking for in here. I may literally just...
What we really need is like something like really basic, like like Eat, Pray, Love or something.
I love that idea. Thank you for putting that in my head because I'm so gonna go look for that. I really want...
I mean, it's going to be in Simlish, so we won't know what it says, but it'll still be funny. We definitely need the pride flag. Maybe not in the kitchen, but we do need that in the house.
We're going to put it right there for the moment because I want to see it while we're doing everything that we're doing. Where is my frying pan situation? It's literally like hanging copper pans.
It's you just went past it. Scroll back up, and it's on the left side, I think. Yeah, we do need the China plates. Yeah, see, raw cookware collection. Heck yeah. Oh, and it matches our range too.
Ooh, let's hang it like right underneath so that like it's right, like...
That's definitely the sort of lack of foresight planning that you would see in a house of this era.
Right?
It's like it makes sense because your cookware is close to your cooktop, but you're gonna splatter it with grease and other food. But it's the 50s. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about the fact that the economy has happened because we just won a war. And you have your third kid in 2 years on the way because it's the baby boom.
You could do one of these. Have one of these like pot racks in the middle.
Oh yeah, hanging from the ceiling like over like a rolling island. Yeah, that's very... that's not really this era. That's just a very universal American kitchen thing in general because we love our ability to multi-use our kitchens for different things.
Yeah, it's kind of just, it's just a thing we do. I actually kind of love the situation with the pride flag and these like bird plates underneath it that I kind of created by accident because I really wanted the bird plates in there.
I mean, it just screams like two lesbians of questionable intelligence have designed this house.
And I'm feeling called out.
I mean, I called myself out, so...
Oh my god, it's true. Hold on. One of the other things... Oh, here's how we're going to make it look basic, but in, like, a reasonable way. We're going to get this pattern in here, which is, like, 100%. But this is going to be our, like, your, like, no ouchie cooking mat that goes under feet in the kitchen so that you've got like that situation going, so while you're cooking your feet don't hurt. But yeah, while we are, I'm assuming, getting pretty darn close to time, we're gonna talk
we are actually 40 some odd seconds over, but go ahead.
Okay, I promise I will do this fast. We will talk about clutter very, very quickly. So clutter in this game is everything. It makes things look realistic, but it likes to lock into set places. So the way that you can get rid of that, I'm just going to put 2 out. Why are you not going to go up? Spice jar or olive jar. when you move objects on, you can just pop them on the counter. You pull the counter out, you grab it, and you hold Alt, and you can now freely move it about where you wanted it to be. And it will respect this space and you can move it freely. So now when you put that back, instead of it locking to like the positions that were on the counter, it is where you want it to be. So yeah, clutter is really kind of like the main thing that makes a space look lived in. So
yeah, like every design hobby has like that little extra that you can do to make it look 500 times better. Like I build, gunplay models, and for that it's panel lining. And for interior design games, it's clutter. For city builders, it's your landscaping and how cohesive your city looks. Like there's options. Also, my neighbors are going crazy, so I think I need to check on the Phillies game.
Well, I hope that it's a super sick, exciting win that just coincides with us finishing up. And I promised literally in the tweet that I would use this cat. Here she is. Actually, I'm just going to zoom in on her.
There is no Phillies game. My neighbors are just being loud.
Oh, no.
I am not very good at following Phillies baseball.
Sometimes you gotta pop off.
No, that they do this all the time, but I'm not going to get into that publicly.
Well, hopefully it quiets down because it is late on the East Coast. But I think that this is the image that we're going to just sit on. Is this zoomed in on the precious girl?
Yeah, it's like the short version of Long Cat.
Yeah, she's precious, and I use her in every single build. So she's now in here because I wasn't going to end this build without slapping her in there. So yeah, I hope that this was at least like a informative experience into how you design things in The Sims and make them look more lived in and accurate to the area, and just giving you a lot more carte blanche to do different interesting things with your game. So keyboard is your friend. Holding down Alt or Control is probably going to let you do something pretty cool. And use debug mode. And don't be afraid to get wild with patterns. There's no property value. There's no weathering. Make it pink, make it green, make it neon orange. If the game has a paint for it, it's going to stay that way forever. And it's like dopamine designing to make everything cute. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Okapi, where can everybody find you?
Lots of places. I am here on Twitch, Okapi573. I'm on the Bird website, Okapi, the number 2DX. I'm on Blue Sky, also Okapi573. I got more stuff to say, but I'll let you wrap it up, and then I'll say my hosting bit and all that. So where can we find you, Jaypeg?
So you can find me here on Twitch at Jaypeg_EXE, on the Bird app at also Jaypeg, so ALSO JAYPEG. I'm working on getting a Blue Sky right now. I just have not set it up yet, but that will be forthcoming. And so if you follow me on Twitter, I will put that on there. And hopefully if you like seeing like creative, like chill streams, I'm actually planning within the next week or so to hop on and do a stream on my channel of making my crown for Ren Fair. I'm doing like a autumn flower crown situation. So if you like seeing creative stuff, we're going to be doing that. I'll have like dates and times for that in a little bit. But I did want to give at the end of this I'm already getting teary. This is so goofy. A special shout out to somebody that isn't watching because she is a 4-month-old at home. But my dear friend Christina is the one who, when I was 10, taught me how to mod The Sims 1. And she is the one that sparked a lifelong love of this game. So, 22 years later, and I'm still playing, and 22 years later, and we're still really good friends, and I'm just really happy. Like, I was just thinking about it today, and she's a phenomenal example of just an inspirational girl, and so I just wanted to say thank you to her for inspiring this in me. But now, while I'm crying, I am going to sign off. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will be back in just a little bit because I will be helping host for this next one after I dry my tears. So everybody, I love you, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.
All right. Love you too, Jaypeg. Thank you so much for that lovely showcase. This was when we announced what we were doing for International Day of the Girl, this was exactly what I thought we were going to get a day full of. And it wasn't quite what I expected. I mean, I played a golf game today, but everyone was showing off how they're cozy in their own way, and how we unwind and try to make our days a little better. But this was one that I was really looking forward to. Really looking forward to that next the Animal Crossing showcase, which I believe is going to be following a pretty similar format with a lot of design work. But I have worn 4 different hats for the event today. I was backstage tech. I had a run pulled up as a backup at the last second. I was a regular commentator, and then I hosted for this. Now that I have done almost everything there is to do, I am done working this event now, unless some other fire needs to be put out that I can attend to. So I'm gonna kick back, get cozy, and I'm gonna enjoy that final showcase. And I hope you all will take a couple minutes to attend to your needs, and then come back for that last showcase. So we'll see you back here in a couple minutes.